Good morning, everyone. How are you doing on this beautiful Ohio day? Real quick before we hop into today's video, I want to say that TQ and my family, myself, thoughts and prayers go out to the Kirk family. And I'm sure you all are aware of that whole situation that went down, and purely just senseless, and I'll leave it at that. Alright guys, so we're just literally going to take the top off of it, cutting super high, 4.5 inches, and yeah, really just going to clean it up, you know, kind of like a touch-up when you really don't need a complete haircut, but you know, you want to get the sides faded up or something like that. You guys are wondering, the flex chute works really well if you put mulching blades on, which right now we have those on. We just installed them. Closing that steel plate, it gives you a mulching capability. It is not a mulch kit by any means, but it will reduce leaves and your grass down to a minimum, and also protect against vehicles or anything you don't want to throw debris against. So figured I'd throw that out there for you. You can check them out at spencerproducts.com. Alright, I'm gonna get to work. Alright, doing my fence check. We did all this whenever we did the big hill trim, but man, these things just do not stop growing, and they grow quick. So we're gonna come back in here. A lot of this is just rock. We're gonna come back in here and knock it down again, and yeah, hopefully that'll be the last time for the year. So I'm gonna continue going around my fence line and cleaning it up. Guys, I need my other hand to stay on this hillside, so I'm going to quit filming here. I'm going to knock this out. Alright guys, going to continue working here. Over the years, I've tried to stress to you guys the importance of having a mixture of residential and commercial contracts. And turn this mower off here so you can hear me. This drought we're now into, which is about a 6-week solid drought, looks like it's going to continue, can really impact your business heavily. And you're losing out on a ton of income. And that's why I stress to you guys about having that mixture, because your commercial contracts will pay you throughout the year if you structure them that way. And everyone's going to be different, but here in Ohio we put lawn care, landscaping, snow removal all into one big contract for our commercial properties, and then they get a lump number at the beginning of the year. About this time of the year, actually September, October, they'll get next year's, so they'll know exactly what it's going to cost. And then they'll break it down however you want to do it. You could do a payment every month. You could do a payment every 3 or 4 months. But you're getting something coming in throughout the entire year. For prime times like right now, there's not a whole lot of lawn care income coming in, but the contracts for commercials are still paying. So therefore, we're able to take some of that money, pay bills, take some of that money, you know, stay on top of other things. Obviously wear and tear, and this is just part of business. You have to anticipate the droughts. And where I see a lot of guys and gals making the mistake coming into the business is they're making a ton of money throughout the summer, and then you hit a period like this and it goes completely dry. But I don't want to sit here and preach to you guys and be negative, and you know, like your mom and dad like telling you like do this, do that, you know. Not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to fill you guys in so that you're smarter business owners. That I've learned these over the years in the past, having really good years and then going into a drought and not having a ton of income and struggling through the winter, having to work for other companies. When I first started Spencer Lawn Care, I went and snow plowed for other companies until, you know, we got on our feet and got the business really rolling, and then I was able to go into my own thing. So don't be too prideful to do what you have to do to survive these time periods and learn from it. And if you got to go get another job, go get another job right now, make some money, and then, you know, coming into 2026, you know, plan better, spend better, save better, and you know, be a better business owner in the long run.
So Sean's been going around the property, trimming branches, taking small trees down that have grown up over the years. Frankly, they were just weeds that grew into big trees. Yeah, looks like it.
Here, catch.
Yeah. So, if you guys remember, we had to clear this whole hillside, and he just did the last bit of the little stumps and stuff that we needed to do. But they told us just go ahead and keep those 2 trees I guess for now until they decide they don't need it anymore. But we will need to come back through and do some trimming down this ditchway here. But the top doesn't seem like it grew up too bad, which is good.
Alright guys, working on some bed maintenance, getting a bunch of just things cut down, trimmed up, cleaned up. But even when things are slowed down, there's always things to be done, you know, bed maintenance, hedge trimming, tree trimming, whatever. And don't be afraid to offer other services if you see something that needs done, if you have the expertise to do it and the equipment to do it. Pressure washing, for example, some painting, gutter clean outs. Just throwing some things out there to you guys and gals to keep you working. I've been getting a ton of your messages, and I know a lot of you are hurting right now because, you know, you're not making money, you know, from the weekly lawn care. Always look to be learning, guys, and, you know, don't just settle. And that can be in your business. If you want to grow your business to be, you know, a multi-million-dollar company, do that if that's what you want to do. I never wanted to do that for our lawn care, landscaping, snow removal business. I always knew I wanted to be in multiple avenues, and that's simply because I get bored with things very quickly. So I tend to jump around, and that's good and that's bad. It's good for my mental side of things. It keeps me locked in and inspired and motivated. And then it's also bad because, you know, if I did focus on just one thing, say the lawn care, the landscaping, snow removal, I could take it to $1 million company, no problem. If I wanted to do that in other avenues, I could do that, no problem. I know how to do that. And it's really, I just like to be in a bunch of different places. And TQ likes it as well. And yeah, it's nice to get a break from other things, you know, doing snow removal and then lawn care and landscaping and the product line, the storage facility business. You know, real estate, flipping, you know, whatever you want to throw your hat, you know, the product line, I don't know if I said that or not, but just a whole host of different things there. The media company, yeah, there's really, really great opportunities there as well, guys. Don't be afraid to start a YouTube channel, an Instagram, a Facebook, a TikTok. Be yourself, be authentic, be a good person, and, you know, just try to think in a bigger aspect of, you know, if you weren't here, what would you want people to remember you by? And, you know, I hope if someday, whenever I die, you know, that you guys got some good out of this channel, had some laughs. There's a lot of things I do on purpose, leave things in on purpose, you know, to give you guys a good chuckle. You know, I know they're going to make me look bad or make me look stupid or whatever, but that's just me being authentic. You know, if I wanted to sit here and, you know, make cut after cut after cut after cut to make myself look like the end all be all, you know, knows everything, pro, I could do that. I could edit it good enough where nobody would ever know. And that's just not me. That's not my personality. And I think being authentic is, you know, where it's at. So just take that. If you want to start a social media, be yourself, have fun with it. You know, don't take what people say to heart. You know, most people that are commenting something they think they know, they have no idea. It's just a small glimpse of what you show them on the channel. And, you know, what other people comment about you that have no idea who you are or what you do or, you know, anything like that. Everybody's going to, you know, look to poke you a little bit, especially whenever you get to a higher level. So just know that's going to be part of it. Hey, don't you worry, honey. I got this for you.
About time you do something.
Oh, lost my balance.
You haven't had that thing out in a while.
Nope. Shout out to Spencer. He sent us that. Go ahead, take that stick to the face. All right, so this one we're just gonna clean up. We're not gonna mow this side. Just gonna pick all the trash up. It's getting a lot of trash. Along the roadway in front of the building, all the weeds are really growing up. So we're gonna knock that down, and then gonna do some mowing and clean up the edges over there. We have not been on this one in, yeah, solid month. All right, guys, so looks a lot different here. There was a bar right here on the corner. It is gone now. TQ and I are gonna grab all this trash. We already emptied our buckets once, getting that side done. So not being here a month, you get a ton of buildup, as you can see. I got to be very vigilant here as well. Been plenty of times cars come up over these tracks and they do not slow down. A lot of times there'll be a ton of brake pads that come off vehicles all up through here because they hit these tracks so hard. So TQ's down there working her way this way. Ugh. I wish people just didn't litter. There's a nice sized bolt. Sure that was holding something on. There's another one. Another piece of metal. Ooh, there's a good one. Oh yeah. Been thoroughly impressed with these. I bought them at Costco at the beginning of the year. They've held up really well, believe it or not. I think they came in a 2 or 3 pack, and they were really cheap. If you go to Costco, yeah, these are definitely worth grabbing. We did melt the ends of them, putting them close to the exhaust on the mower, but that happens. So I know technically some of you might be thinking, why am I picking this stuff up? It's in the roadway. It's not in the lawn. Well, we're here. We want this place to look its best. I know a lot of companies wouldn't do this, but we've been here a long time, so I think the company appreciates us keeping it looking its best. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on the roadway. Good?
What?
Good? So we got to be real careful here, guys. A lot of things come flying out of this ditch. A lot of rocks get set up on it. I'll go ahead and step down here and show you why I got a little chance. So there's a concrete lip there, probably about 6 inches tall. And then it kind of just, the lawn drops straight down. So it's not something that's easily maintained. So we come in typically like once a month and we'll cut it down once it starts looking real shaggy. Just got to be careful here. For one, you don't want to lose your balance. And normally everybody's flying. They're only slowing down because this car is waiting to turn here. Normally they come down this road at 50 mile an hour. Anyways, so that's what it looks like now. That's what it'll look like when she's done. They don't call her the trimmer queen for nothing. Remember, I'm doing this one-handed. If I had both hands on, I'd get a little more aggressive. Try to get you guys some shots.